Do you have any question to Captain Shahul?
Yes. Actually, during the season, you have playing the fifth season of for the ISL Kerala Blasters. I have seen you have played in different positions throughout the ISL season. On the left mid, you are played on the right mid, behind the striker, even as one of the central midfielder. I know no matter where you are or on the pitch, you will give 100% on the pitch, and you even if you coach wants you to play as a goalkeeper, you will play as a goalkeeper. That much effort you put this club so far. And in your first season under Ivan, you have played like a wide midfielder as a creative midfielder. You played right and left, and which helps you to interchange position with the striker. You have came too close to the opponent goal post, and that season you have scored 6 goals and 7 assists. And the next season, some things have changed. You switched your position to behind the striker. You played more centrally that season. That season also you scored 4 goals and provided 6 assists. And the next season you have suffered with an injury. You started very well that season, but you have suffered with an injury. But the last season under Mikael Stare and Thomas Scholes, even we seen you as a central midfielder role. So we are seeing like that season you have not scored any goals, but you have provided 6 assists. So this chances creation assist that remains constant. But when you are moving further away from the goalpost, do you think it's affecting your natural way of scoring goals? Do you ever feel like switching these positions and doing too much, affecting your natural way of scoring goals? What's your opinion?
Like you say, I can play in any position there in the front, even in the central midfielder. Like, what can I say to you that you don't feel like I don't care if I score or not? It's it's all about the team. It's all about the team and winning. If I score, it's good. If I don't score, okay, another one is going to score. For me, I'm not selfish to put it in that way. Of course, I want to score 1,000 goals, but if I don't score and the team win, it's okay. But it's right. Last season we didn't qualify for playoff. I didn't score goals, so everything become the bigger picture become very bad, you know. But I'm telling you right now, if I have to finish this season with 0 goals and we qualify to playoff and we win a trophy, I'll sign you right now. So it's not about Adrian Luna. It's not about Adrian Luna scoring goals or whatever. It's all about the team, about about winning, and that's it. Of course, I want to score goals. Who doesn't like to score goals? Who doesn't like to help the team? But in my head, and this is very very true, I'm not obsessed with the scoring goals. I'm not obsessed to be the best player here, to score 1,000 goals. No, I'm obsessed to doing well because I think we deserve good things.
Thank you, Luna. Thank you, Shahul. You're a legend, Luna. We trust in you and your magic. I will hand over the mic to Vipin. Vipin, floor is yours.
Hello. Hi, Coach. Hi, Luna. Thank you for opportunity, Ajay and Pranav. I am hardcore fan of Kerala Blasters since the whole match. I am season ticket holder. I travel about 150 kilometers to come to the stadium to watch every match. Some matches very disappointed for me. Okay, all of this until still past last season. Then I ask what I want to know. There is what to expect from the new coach.
From the last season when he arrived, only have 1 month to train. What he was insisting a lot. He wasn't be compact, be a team that play for each other, be a team that when we lose the ball, we regain the ball fast. And then when you regain the ball fast in the opposite pitch, you have to take advantage and be vertical. But I think the most, how to say, in my point of view, the best thing that we can expect is to be a team that is well organized. It's a team that have to drop the goal concedes, and from that, after you defend well, you can build a team. If you concede, I don't know, 40, 50 goals a season, it's very difficult to be a competitive team. We have to drop those things. He's insisting on that, and as he's a Spanish coach, he likes the good football, of course. He have very good ideas, very clear ideas that the players are taking very well. So I am pretty sure that we are doing well this season.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry, guys. It's 1:15. We have to break for lunch. The entire team eats together, so we have to be present. We'll wrap it up here, guys. If you want to continue with Abhik, if you want to stay on with everyone, you
Yep.
can do that. But myself, coach, and Luna will break. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone, for your time.
Gracias por venir.
Thank you. Gracias.
Muy bien el
Gracias.
español.
I have a question for our CEO. Recently, we have announced our own training facility, the Sanctuary. It will help to unlock to so many opportunities to train hard. So that will actually an upgrade to our system. And earlier, when we used to use other training facilities, we have occurred some issues. And recently, there is so much situations going around Kalur Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium and the renovation and thing, which leads an uncertainty whether we can play in the stadium in the ISL. So that kind of issues will occur when we use others' facilities. So my question is, when we can expect our own stadium?
I think Ajay knows the answer. He can answer for me. I think they've asked and I have answered this enough times. But from an economic standpoint, the ease with which people ask us when are you building a stadium, I really wish that it was as easy as buying chips. That we can just go and create one. But the economic reality is this: that to create a stadium and to along with land and to create a minimum, say, I'm not even going as far as 50,000. Let's say we create a football specific stadium for 18 to 20,000 fans, is an approximate cost of 250 to 275 crores. Now, in the current scenario where every club is losing money every year, like it's no secret, if you study our books, everything is available online. We've lost around 275 crores exactly in, cumulative since the Blasters were formed, right? I don't think it's fair in the current Indian ecosystem to put that burden on the owners, and no owner would want to put that money upfront when the guarantee of the entire ecosystem as of now does not exist. We don't even know when the league is starting, what is going to happen next year. And we have to understand one thing, guys, that there are two scenarios which separate India from what you see in Europe, right? It's an well-established historical sort of ecosystem which has existed for hundreds of years. TV money in most of the developed European countries is like 15-20 times more than what we get here. And in the developed leagues, clubs are not losing money. So for us to guarantee that sort of money upfront, I'm sure if you are also, if say somebody asks you to put money into something which you don't know what the future is today, we are standing in October, November, with no understanding of what the new economic model, what the new TV rights will look like, would you do it? And how long will it take for you to get that money back? There's no guarantee. So we need to I always tell you, I'm always very real, Shahul. When I speak to the FAB guys, there's nothing to hide. I'm pretty sort of honest, and I'm pretty I don't like to sell false promises to people. So for me, it's impossible in this current Indian ecosystem, in this current financial climate, because it's really difficult to guarantee that sort of money upfront when you've been existing in the league for the last 14 years and you've lost so much money, right? So it's very easy to say, when are we doing it? But the reality is, how can we do it with those sort of numbers in line and having bled so much money? And till today, we don't know what the new league will look like, what the new, because you have to understand, football is also money dependent. It's not that owners will just keep putting in money without any returns, right? It's football. There's nobody running a charity here to sort of guarantee that sort of money and then disappear, right? With having said, I've done it for charity, now I've lost 275, 300 crores, now let me go and sleep. So people at least want to see some return on their investment, whether it's in the form of the team doing well, whether it's in the form of the league sustaining itself. At least at least to the level that, okay, nobody's making profits, but at least whatever you're putting into the team is running itself. At least that level of sustainability is expected, right? So you can ask this to any team in the country, and everybody will give you the same answer. Which is why I always keep saying, in smaller European countries, like Carlos was telling me his experience in Lithuania, the municipal corporation is the one who provides the stadium to the team from that region, without cost, and they keep a portion of the ticket revenue. That sort of help is what is done in smaller countries where infrastructure is difficult to be built, like in India. So, which is why I keep saying we need support from, to put a game of football. What you need to understand is, why does cricket do so well? Is because cricket has numbers, cricket has financial muscle, right? So from your national team down to the IPL, you have infrastructure because there is money in the sport, because your IPL TV rights sold for 6,000 crores, which is why you have money to pass into the ecosystem to sort of develop infrastructure. That's why cricket does well. But in football, for the sport to do well, the national team has to do well, number one. Number two, you need to start getting more money into the sport, and that can come through the quality of the league, through the national team doing well. It's all interlinked. And we all need to put up our hands, and where I won't say we've gone wrong in the first 13, 14 years, but the priority of every team was, let us win the league. So what every team was trying to do is put more and more money into the first team and achieve results. But what that money should be put into is developing training ground bit by bit, right? You sort of lay the foundations for infrastructure first before you jump to something like a stadium. You need to have your own training ground. Maybe you need to have your own residential facilities next. Maybe you need to develop a sports science center next. That is first, right? And those require lesser investments. Those are not to the tune of 275 crores, etc. So that is a priority. So many teams don't even have their own training grounds. It's true. If you look at the ISL, very few have their own training pitches that they have invested in and bought, and they own the rights of that land. So, and just forget ISL clubs. It's just general. In general, if you look at football across the country, infrastructure is never like, how do you call it, prioritized. Everybody just wants to put their eggs into, okay, let the first team be the strongest that can be to compete, or let the what do you call it, let's put money into I like to call it bells and whistles, the fancy things, the outside wrapping, the gift wrapping. But nobody's putting money into developing the academies. Nobody's putting in money into developing a good system from under 10 right to under 19. If you look at how our system is also, if you look at how Indian football is structured, right? You need to have under 17, then you need to have an under 19, then you need to have an under 21 team, then you need to have an under 23 team. That's what all the European teams have. But in our case in India, you have under 10s, you play a baby league, 13, 15, 17, then finished. In the AIFF league, teams are playing 5 matches a year. So before we arrive at stadiums, etc., we need to fix the bottom side of it, which is super important for us to fix. And once you are at a state where you financially are confident of taking that money, and that too, it's not that 275 crores is something we pull out of your pocket and do. It has to be financed. It has to be financed. But you need to see a roadmap which makes you confident enough to take that step, to sort of have that courage to finance it. So these are the realities. That, and people think, I have seen a lot of posts where they say value of Kerala Blasters is 330 crores or 300 crores. That doesn't mean we have 300 crores. That means through whatever metrics they value the fan base, they value all our social media metrics, the value of the team, how it does, etc. It's a notional value. It's not what we actually have in the bank, right? So all of these misconceptions, and I think we need to also, everybody, I know everybody's a fan, and I know you want the best for Kerala Blasters, and in the best you obviously have the stadium, but we need to be realistic about the realities of Indian football, and we need to be thankful to whoever is putting in money at the moment. We need to thank them on bended knees and tell them that thank you so much for investing in an ecosystem that right now is not giving you anything back, right? So once all of these are sorted, then I think we can look at something as ambitious as building a stadium and then having the patience to wait also to see a return on your investment in that regard. It always stays inside me, this answer, it just comes out, so it's a little long, but yeah, that's how it is.
Thank you, Abhik. As you know that we have started a new survey for the post-match sentiments from the fans. So I can see a lot of sentiments coming through from the survey. So one of the thing which I noticed is like they were asking about the plans about reinforcing the team and what are positions which you would like to reinforce in January window or something like a, especially defensive mid. An Indian player who can hold the ball, as you know that Jackson left for past few seasons before. So any plans? Though most of all the fans have wanted to ask this question. So any comments?
No, so definitely, I think as the order in which we are moving is obviously Super Cup is what it is, right? So whatever squad it is, we'll try and compete with that. We are waiting on clarity of when the league is going to start. First we were told December with the tender finishing. Now that you've seen, the tender is also delayed. Now I don't think it is going to be December. We will realistically look at Jan. But we need some sort of commitment to understand, okay, this is the date on which the league will start, right? And then we need clarity on, the second clarity is on, okay, this is going to be the TV money that is going to come in so that we can plan our budget, right? The budget has to be based on, if I'm spending 100, I'll get back 50. Right now, if I'm spending 100 and tomorrow I get told you'll get back 10, then my 100 needs to become 50, right? So to adjust accordingly. So we need to know what the monies will be. But the idea, obviously, and 100% is to use the window to reinforce areas where we feel we need reinforcement. It's not just players coming in, it can also be players going out. Because all clubs right now are locked in a situation wherein, and what the other thing that people need to understand is you cannot have a squad of 50 players. Coaches prefer a squad of 24 to 25 at the max, right? They don't want like 50 players, 40, because to fit them all into a training ground, to give everybody equal attention, obviously, and the more players that you have who are not playing, the more bad it becomes for your team and the environment, right? So the more players, obviously only 11 will play and then 9 will be on the bench. So whoever is sitting out, the more you start adding to those numbers, it's not good for the team environment, right? So equally important is for us to move out also in that window. People keep saying, 2 out, 1 in, 1 out, 2 in, whatever that bullshit math is. But we need to arrive at a core competent squad of 24, 25 players that the coach feels confident about. And for that, it's not just adding, it's moving also. So I think after Super Cup, David would have arrived at a conclusion. Okay, this is what I want. This is what I don't want. I can see I need to add here, minus here. Based on that, we'll make movements for sure. That's given. That's not it's not rocket science. We'll definitely, and that window, obviously, if the ISL is confirmed and if we know what our what more or less the financial structure will be, the market will open up as well. If you see, for now, the only thing that apart from Mohun Bagan and East Bengal, nobody else is moving for anything. All the deals that they've done are before this situation got announced. So even to the tune of not adding, a lot of clubs have not even added and completed 6 foreigners before playing the Super Cup. There's a reason for that, because obviously nobody wants to take the financial risk of doing everything and then finding out the league is not happening. That's also a possibility. Right now, we don't know. There's no commercial partner that has come on board. So teams are going with minimum risk, and you cannot blame those teams. Obviously, for example, Mohun Bagan, East Bengal, they have the other competitions to play, etc. They have that entire ecosystem to participate in, which other clubs don't. So we'll see once the league is announced and once we have an idea on that. But if you are asking me logically, then of course we'll use that window to do whatever. It's up to Carlos and the coach to figure out and arrive at what they feel is ideal for the team. So whatever is needed will be done in that window.
When it comes to Kerala Blasters, there is always this budget constraint will always show. So when it comes to retaining players or signing Indian experienced players,